and live a bigger life as well. And when you live a bigger life and you have additional income, we find that money is good for the good you can do with the money. And it allows me to, give back more to the community. One of the things that I sponsor is Hope Spring, which is a cancer support center here in Kitchener-Waterloo. And they were absolutely wonderful to help my wife, Nikki, while she had a breast cancer diagnosis. And I want to give back to them. So they're our chosen charity at this point in time. And it's great to have that capability to support them and also to live the lifestyle that we want. And from knowing me so long that, Nikki and I and the kids have gone to many, many travels, many different countries in the world. One of my favorite is cruising. We actually just booked another cruise I haven't even told you about yet. So even though COVID-19 is going on, we booked a cruise for 2021 to go across the Atlantic and end up over in England. And then we'll spend a week in Scotland as well. So it's like a month-long vacation that we do. So, those are the kind of amazing bigger life vacations you can do when you have the support, the financial support.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm going to be 50 in September this year, which I can't believe. And
you look fabulous.
Thanks, John. All that formaldehyde I put on my cornflakes. Honestly, this year being my 50th, I had the blessing from Tara, my wife, to go and do what I wanted to do. And I really wanted to do the World War II tour and go through Europe. And I wanted to go from the beaches of Normandy through to Belgium, Poland, Germany, and then, go check out the Obersalzberg. And so, doing those things and having flexibility and options is just incredible. And it's enough of a carrot for anyone, I think, to go out and be able to do those things, like whether it's taking your kids to Disney. Remember, we got my dad to buy one property years ago. He ended up buying a few, but he said it was the best thing he ever did. And he never wanted to go big with it, but he, it did have an impact and made a difference. And, your sons are doing it. My brother's doing it. There is a system to achieve success in this business. And, for those who are, sharing stories about leaky toilets or bad tenants, don't let that hold you back from bigger goals and dreams. There's so much more out there. It's knowing how to go about doing it. And that's from seeking out expert advice. And it's totally achievable. So,
and we are excited about the success stories, right? Like, you'll hear them say about, I'll happily tell the story about the terrible tenants you and I had and how they started a fire and all the grief we went through. Yet, we generally don't say, hey, let me tell you about this property that I bought for $200,000 and now it's worth $500,000. And by the way, I paid it down that I only owe $100,000 on it now, and it's been paying me for the last 10 years.
And by the way,
right? We don't want to talk about that, but yet those are great stories.
In a nutshell, for those people who might be watching and aren't familiar with real estate investing, what I love about the bricks and mortar is I'll take this COVID scenario right now and I'll look at my stock portfolio, and it took such a hit, and I'm completely at the mercy of the market conditions. Whereas with real estate, what I really love about it is I can appreciate it by putting value in it, whether I put a new kitchen, flooring, paint, tile work, new roof, you name it. I'm adding value, and that will increase the rent I can get on it. But I can also refinance it and go back to the bank and say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. I've improved value in this home. I'd like to praise it. And then any of that money you pull out, it goes in your pocket tax-free. Sure, your mortgage goes up, but the interest you're paying on it is tax deductible as well. So there's a whole number of ways you can leverage real estate. You can cash it, you can appreciate it, you can just sit on it and pay it down. It's win-win-win all day.
Yeah, so solid.
That's cool. So 2020 has been a nutty year so far. Let's say it's 3/4 of the way through before we see the end of this situation and we can resume. What does the outlook of 2020 look like for you, Roy, for the balance of the year?
I think it'll be another great year. I mean, there'll be one or two tenants, out of, probably 20, 30, 40 tenants, whatever, that we'll have to continue to work with on a payment plan, that kind of thing. But that is very minor. So, I mean, overall, I think it's going to be a year of growth, a year of great value. And I think it'll be a great year with a little pause that we had in the middle, that we're all going to talk about, hey, how was the COVID-19 for you? One will always talk about.
I'm advising people I know who are investors who are thinking about investing, and myself included. I've already gone and spoken to the mortgage broker. I've pre-approved, and I'm fund ready to go. And I think once there's going to be that little window, Roy, I don't know if you agree, where when people are slowly allowed to get back to resume things, there's going to be a consumer confidence issue there where there's a little bit of a blip. And I think in that moment, I'm going to be really ready and positioned to go out and make some moves before
and there could be homes then too, because a lot of people are saying, well, I'll wait till this is over. And then if there's more homes available on the market, that gives the opportunity for some discounts. In our area right now, we've seen about a 3% discount, which isn't a lot. It's $15,000 on a $500,000 home, but it's still a discount instead of paying 3% over asking prices.
No, it's good. So I'm feeling confident and positive. I think the balance of the year will be great, but I feel that way in any situation. So that's just the way I look at it. And I know you do too, right?
If you think about it in terms of real estate interest rates for financing, they really, they're almost giving the money away, and you don't buy real estate in this time. Later on, your son's going to say to you, Dad, they were giving money away back then. Interest rates were or 2.5%. Why didn't you buy more properties? Right?
Yeah, 100%. Right. I mean, it's never too late. I know that Chinese proverb is, when's the best time to buy real estate? And, sure, it's 20 years ago, but the next best time is right now. So take that mindset with you. Start taking some steps in the direction. If you're thinking about real estate, reach out to Roy or I'll put our contact details in the links below. You can learn a little bit more about both of us. And of course, I service mostly the Oakville, Milton, Burlington marketplace and Hamilton especially for investment. You can speak to me about that. Roy is situated in Kitchener-Waterloo, Cambridge. He's got a team out there too. And, feel free to reach out to either one of us. We're happy to help. I think a big part of the excitement in that too is watching people grow and start to realize some dreams. And I think once they make the first purchase decision, it becomes, kind of an addictive thing where it's like, where's the next opportunity, Yeah. So.
And I know you and I have both talked to some of our people that bought first and then they were thinking of selling, and we said, are you sure you want to sell? Because, this smaller home you're moving from would make a great rental. And sometimes they sell because, they just maybe don't want to be in the rental world. And then other times they say, oh, okay, let's do that, when you explain all the benefits. And then later they come and go, oh my gosh, I'm really glad I kept that investment because it's gone way up in value. It's been paid down in the tenants. It's all been looked after by property management. So it makes it good.
I'm sure we've jointly on some of our investment projects, but also on our own, we've had horrible tenant experiences. We've had to go to small claims court to deal with, flooding and any manner of issue. But you know what? I never ever think about those things when I reflect back. It's like
it was all part of our learning,
Yeah, and I always trace it back to what I didn't do, what I should have done in terms of qualifying people or doing my homework, right?
Well, and we've learned so much because, I remember getting a call from our tenant over in Guelph saying, it's cold, the furnace isn't working. Well, I don't know anything about furnaces, but I'll come over and have a look just because we don't have much money to hire anyone. So let's run over. I drive over there, and what do I find? It doesn't seem to be getting any gas. So I said to him, did you not pay the gas bill? And he goes, oh yeah, I haven't paid the gas bill for a while. Well, guess what? They shut off the gas, right?
You remember the time I went and asked the tenant if they could check the breaker panel, and I drove in to check it out, and I took the light off, and I got the light bulb, and I went, shh, and the light had jiggled loose. And Yeah, I'm happy to do that. What's my hourly rate on something like that?
we don't do that anymore.
It's all good. No, not anymore. But you know what? It's good learning. So,
It
well,
was.
you know, I really want to thank you. Actually, you know, let's do a plug on your book. You're called The Accidental Millionaire for a reason. So, tell me a little bit about that and how we can go about getting our hands on a copy of that.
Yeah, thanks so much. So, like many of you, I've been thinking I should write a book for some time, and it's more for fun. It's not to sell it to make money. It's kind of my story about how I became a millionaire by accident, by getting into so much real estate. Everything from you inviting me out to that first seminar to get me motivated, additional seminars I went to, different opportunities where, my clients just said, hey, I'm going to buy one. I think you should buy one. I went, yes, I should. Right. So anyway, it's just a fun, quick read book. And we're going to be making it available, in a PDF version as well as a printed version. And I do believe it'll be available by August 31st.
Good stuff. Well, it's good to have a date in mind. I mean, we'll see. So fingers crossed on that. I'll put some details there too. I'll just throw that up there right now. So if anybody's interested, you can get Roy's book by emailing him directly, and he'll put you on a wait list. Anybody who's to learn about real estate investing, I can only speak from my own experience. I'm a big believer in mentors and role models, and anybody who's doing something that you want to do, I can't enough how important it is to reach out to that person. If it's someone in your office or even someone like Roy or myself, or by reading books and learning and understanding what they went through. Nothing is, if someone else is doing it, you can do it. And I really do believe that, unless it's being in the NBA or something, there's really no limits on what you can do. I mean, it's just, it's a mindset thing, and then just taking action. So I want to thank you, Roy. I really appreciate your time today, and I'll probably hope you and the rest of the family sooner than later. And yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in, and I will probably be posting more details and getting some more great info and content out to you. So make sure to check back, and everyone stay safe and stay sane out there. Okay, keep smiling, everyone. Cheers.
Thanks, Chris. Stay safe.
Talk soon. Bye now.